fresh touch? What is fresh touch? What does that mean? Why are you texting people fresh touch?
It's like it's a
Do
saying.
you people know what fresh touch is? Damon, no. Kat, no. Charlie, no. I'm a big no. You're saying French?
No, fresh. So Fresh.
Fresh.
Touch.
Like
Second
fresh.
word. Touch.
Fresh touch.
Touch.
So did I say it in the right context? Just by saying, can you say fresh touch?
Oh, it'd be like, I'm going to come around tomorrow. I'll drop off that thing. And then you, like in a text, you write back, fresh touch. Great. So it just means great. Sure. Okay. Yes.
Fresh touch.
Fresh touch. Yes.
What's that off? What is that? Just...
I just think it's a thing. It's not off anything. I don't know. But if you want to start using it, feel free. It's very good.
Hello at backchatpodcast.com.au. If fresh touch is in your vocabulary, please let us know.
Yep.
Follow us at Backchat Podcast. You know what to do. Backchat _. You know all that. Are you seeing the empty chair? Are you watching on YouTube? Can you see there's only two of us? Can you hear that there's only two people speaking?
I can.
Hamish Brayshaw. Tell you what. I mean,
oh boy.
There's not much you can do to defend the man.
No. Proof is in the pudding.
He came on as a special guest. Was very good.
Yep.
Had some great... he came on... This is ages ago.
Yeah, very long time ago.
Hiatus. Never asked back. Asked him back. Went well again. Hey, mate, you want to go full-time? Love to.
The people love it.
I would love to. I would love to fully commit to the podcast.
Yep. Never take a week off.
I think he came the next week. Did he do 2 in a row? No, he didn't rock up.
No, he didn't. He had something on.
Right, so he didn't rock up the next week.
Didn't rock up. Yep.
Gave him his whack. Said... Mate, if you're going to commit to something, you want to prove that you're not a generation, whatever the fuck these kids are these days.
Gen Z.
You want to prove you're not one of those, then rock up and be consistent. No
That's
worries.
right.
No worries. All good.
Yeah, I got you.
Came the next week.
Yep. Well done. Once.
Not here.
Not here.
He's not here again.
Not here.
Hamish. I don't know what to tell you.
I text you at like 3 p.m. and I was like, pretty sure Hamish is in Melbourne. Just so he's playing golf with his brother. Like, do you know what's going on?
He was on the Royal Melbourne flight.
Yeah. Is he catching the next flight home? What's the plan?
Do you think he was still going on?
Well, I thought maybe, sometimes you take video but you don't post straight away. Maybe he's doing that.
Yes, okay. Well, that is not the case.
No.
So it's Dan and I today. It's the OGs. Welcome.
Yes, that's right.
Not the OGs. If you've been here for a long time. Some of you have. Our patrons have. Gave away our prize for our patrons today.
Yeah, Samps missed out by just a whisker.
2 tickets to the Perth Wildcats, 2 tickets to the Southern River Band. Bloody oath. Our patrons are getting it done. There's new stuff over there. Go and join Patreon. You know where to do it. Backchatpodcast.com.au. Thank you to Whippersnapper. Thank you to Margaret River Roasting Co. Thank you to Bluebet. Thank you to Shelter. Thank you to Leaderville Cameras. You are on BackChat. Dan Const, Will Schofield. The World Cup is on, baby.
Oh, so good.
Are you excited about it? Are you a soccer fan?
Yeah, I used to play soccer for Balcata.
Yep. What position?
I was a winger.
Were you?
I'd run all day,
Quick.
baby. Up and down the field.
Fast?
Cross it in. Used
Defensive
to whip
and
in.
attacking? Oh, you were a crosser?
Yeah, whip it in. I used to also take our throw-ins. I could throw in really far. Sometimes I'd throw into the box.
No.
Yeah, when it's
legal?
close.
You got to be straight.
Yeah. No, mate. I used to do it. I could throw really far when I was younger, so I did that.
You wouldn't be breaking any rules.
No, I used to. They did ask if I could do the front flip throw in, but not capable of doing that. No, I do love soccer. I don't ever watch A-League. My EPL team sucks because they're not in the EPL anymore. Swansea. Right. So I've stopped watching soccer. But when the World Cup comes around, of course, that fire just gets turned up a little bit, and I enjoy it again.
Out of curiosity.
Had a sip of lager there from Shelter.
Curiosity?
Mm-hmm. Curiosity, yep.
What's your sporting nickname? You do speak a lot about your sporting prowess, your skills on the cricket pitch, now skills on the soccer pitch.
Yes.
Mine was Scoey, Scuzzer.
Yep.
A few others, Fish.
Okay.
Some different ones along the way.
I just used to get Const. Last name.
Const.
Yeah, last name.
No, like Consty?
Yeah, Consty, bit of Consty.
Consty?
Yep. The weapon occasionally.
Sounds like a roll.
The Conti. The Conti roll.
The weapon.
No.
Do you have any weird ones?
No, not on the field or on the court.
Okay. World Cup. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay. We know you might not necessarily be here for the World Cup, but we're sport fans here at BackChat.
Yeah, that's right.
Not sport experts, sport fans. So we thought we'd make for some lighter viewing of the World Cup. It's going to be on for the next month. There's going to be games. There's going to be 3 games a day. So there's going to be plenty of soccer. So you may as well have something to watch. And we've been kind of racking our brains. How do we let the BackChat people How do we let our fans, our listeners, our watchers, how do we let them enjoy it? Well, we thought what we'd do, okay, the favourites are the favourites. Okay, they're going to win games most of the time.
Yes.
We thought we'd pick the 5 best underdogs of the competition and bloody get right around
Back them in every time.
We're going to get our research crew, aka Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get some information for these teams, and we're going to back them. And one of them is going to get through to the final 16.
Surely.
So what happens in the World Cup, if you're really fresh to it, 32 teams playing group stages, 4 groups of 4, 8 of them, right? The top 2 in each group go through to the final 16.
They will play each other once in that group.
And then it's elimination all the way to the end.
Mm-hmm.
I say one of these 5 will get through, and none of them are in the top 2 favourites of their group.
That's right.
So no one expects these guys to get through.
All they need to do is draw a 1, maybe steal a win, and you're through.
One will get through.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the 5.
Okay.
Serbia.
Yep.
Central midfielder, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is their best player.
You've absolutely nailed it.
There you go. What's his name?
Sergej Milinkovic-Savic.
That's correct.
Yep.
So he is their big-time central midfielder, Serbia. We'll give you some more stuff on Serbia.
Sorry, just pardon my ignorance.
Yes.
What's the number in the brackets, Charlie? Age. He's given us age.
How old is he?
27.
Any other information, Charlie? Just the age. Okay. Thank you very much.
Like maybe their jersey number so that we can follow them.
Or when Serbia's playing first. Maybe chuck when these guys are playing first, please.
You went with age.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
You're over there, Charlie, typing away. If you can
Thank
get
you.
these in. Next team, Japan.
Yeah.
Takumi Minamino. Is it okay? Can I do that or not?
Takumi Minamino.
Okay.
Yep.
That was a little bit racially profiled, and I apologise. It was. But he is their forward, also 27 years old.
Very good.
So Japan.
Has a cat.
If I could get some more group details, it'd be fantastic, Charlie. Australia. Charlie's laughing away. I don't see him typing.
Yeah, he's just loving it. Triggering a shelter over there. Feet up.
Australia.
Yes. Australia. So what was it? The thing that Skeet said on the shelter sportcast this morning, he said that there was a $5 odds that Australia would not score a goal the entire tournament.
Yes, and like against France, they're like $11 and France are $1.20. Same with Japan, same with Serbia. Like none of these people, no one expects these guys to win at all.
Yep.
Australia's the third, but if I had to pick one out of the 5 that I would jump off board, it's Australia.
Yeah. They've done nothing for us.
Arjen Huštik, he's going well. He's 26, a little bit younger. Poland. Now, Poland, these last 2 are the 2 I want us to focus in on, right?
Agreed.
Serbia, Japan, Australia. Okay, good luck to you. Poland, Robert Lewandowski. Now,
Big fan of Lewandowski.
I did say to Charlie, he's been around for a long time. He's 34 years old. I knew that because I used to play him in FIFA in about 2006.
What club team does he play for?
Polska.
Okay.
No idea.
Polska?
No idea.
Okay.
Robert Lewandowski is a striker, been a good player for a long time. They have a genuine chance to get out of their group. Argentina, Mexico, Saudi Arabia in their group.
So Argentina's is a sure thing, right?
They're close to favourite to win the
Mexico
whole thing.
next favourite there.
Yeah,
so
Saudi Arabia, no chance.
So they'll beat Saudi. They got to draw with Mexico. And
Charlie's put in the notes, plays for La Liga. That is no. Oh, yeah, you reckon. La Liga is the league, fellas. So thank you.
Okay. La Liga.
Thank you, Charlie and Dan. Oh, yeah, La Liga.
Spanish.
That is correct. It's the Spanish league.
Barcelona.
There you go, Charlie. Well done. Wales is the 5th. And these are my favourite.
Yep.
These are I think these guys are the real deal. Gareth Bale. People think he's English. Not English. Welsh. Welcome to Wrexham. Seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen the first few episodes. Yep.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Ryan Reynolds and the guy from that other show.
Yeah, great. Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes,
they buy a
that's right.
team. It's in Wales. Enough said. Gareth Bale, they're in the same group as England, Iran, USA. So they play the USA first up because England play Iran tonight. We're going to go watch it.
Tonight.
Yeah, we record Monday. It's not. You're like, oh, I don't want to let the people know. We record Mondays. They think we record on a Tuesday at 5 a.m. when the episode comes out.
It's live.
Right. So those teams again, please, Dan.
Serbia. Japan.
Who's the best player for Serbia?
Sergej Milinkovic-Savic.
Sure.
Japan. Takumi Minamino. Australia, Arjen Huštik.
Oh, yeah.
He's a midfielder and he's 26. Poland, Robert Lewandowski. plays in La Liga for Barcelona. And yeah, I did. And Wales, Gareth Bale. People always think he's English, but he's not.
Who does Robert Lewandowski play for? Who does he play for? Who do you think
Barca. Barca.
Who?
Barcelona.
No, tell me who plays.
Barcelona. Isn't that what they say?
It's actually how you say it, but it's just funny hearing it from you. I just you just absolutely nailed it. Talking about Barcelona. Kat is in the house. She has been
Fresh
away
from Barcelona.
from the BackChat podcast for a long time. Have we got a microphone over there? Hello, Kat.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
BackChat is back in the BackChat. How is bloody Europe? Are you European now? You've been there for a long time.
My sleep cycle is, I guess.
How
I
is
didn't
your
wake
body
up till
clock?
like 3 p.m. today.
What's different
What's different?
to waking up at 3 p.m.?
It's really warm. Before, it was really cold, but now it's really warm.
Dan was suggesting that
Summer
perhaps
now.
that you're
A late riser.
Yeah, I'm a light riser.
Kat may still be jet lagged, ladies and gentlemen. I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
So there are the teams: Wales, Poland. Someone's just signed me out. Japan and Serbia. Bloody get into it. What's next, Dan?
Okay. Light the beam. Light the beam. Light the beam. The Sacramento Kings.
What?
In the past, sport, we've talked about it a lot with the Eagles and the
Yes.
random things that they get the crowd to do.
West Coast.
West Coast
Yeah,
Eagles,
Paul.
yes.
Yes.
So before the game, they do what do they call it? The huddle?
Join the huddle.
Join the huddle.
Gosh. They've been trying to do that since 2018. I will mind you.
So we've talked about fan interaction sorts of things.
Shocking.
The Sacramento Kings may have the best thing I've ever seen in terms of just team and fan interaction.
Best.
The best.
You've seen some of the stuff that goes on in college football?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, it's hard to beat Texas. Is it Texas A&M that do Enter Sandman?
Yeah, there's a...
Yes. Okay. So the Sacramento Kings have been an awful team for the longest time. In 2001, they were in the Western Conference Finals against the Los Angeles Lakers. And
who would have been playing for them then?
the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. It's like...
Rad Monav.
I feel like a white guy.
Yeah, white chocolate.
Wasn't it John someone?
Williams.
I don't know. White chocolate.
Yeah, they used to call him white chocolate. Anyways, they had a very good team.
Stockton?
Chris Webber. No, Stockton was Jazz.
The mailman.
Since then, they've been mediocre at best. They haven't played the finals. Anyways, they're a bad team again, but they've been winning games. This year, the Sacramento Kings decided, let's do something fun when we win games.
It's like join the huddle.
Join the huddle. But instead, at the end of the game, the arena just shoots a light beam into the sky.
Talking like men in black when they bring down the alien ship at the end.
Yep. Or like the bat signal. It's
Right.
that bright. It's huge. So there's this thing that's...
What colour is it?
It's purple because the Sacramento Kings. So now what happens towards the end of a game when they're winning, crowds just start chanting, light the beam, light the beam. And there's just, if you can look up some video footage of the beam lighting up, the crowd just goes outside the stadium, they light it up, the crowd goes wild. It's my favourite thing that I've seen happening in the basketball this year.
I mean, you showed me this. I'm pretending like I haven't heard this before. You showed me this before the show. Got to be honest, was underwhelming. There was about 3 people outside the stadium going, light the beam. And
No. The crowd inside when they're winning, going crazy.
Okay.
We're going to talk about it more because there's that much more to it on the BackChat Basketball Show, which comes out on Wednesday
Very good.
afternoons.
Make sure you tune into that.
Yep. It's on a separate feed. You got to go subscribe
If you
to
do
it.
happen to miss that, Justin Lang has come up with the podcast this week on BackChat. Now,
That's true. Warple.
What is this?
Warple is the Australian rules football version of Wordle. Wordle went crazy, that game where you got to guess a word, type in some letters, it would tell you if you got the letters right.
Did you ever play that?
Occasionally, when it first was going around, I got around.
Wordle?
Oh yeah, big word head.
Really?
Big word head.
Yeah. Oh,
What was your go-to first word guess?
Everyone in the world used to get the same word? No.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Every day is a new word.
Right.
My one was like stream or something like that. You wanted like a couple of vowels.
Yep.
EA. Done.
STREAM.
Oh, it was to that effect. Some bunch of vowels, couple of consonants.
Yeah.
Nerd.
STREAM. Isn't...
That's 6.
Oh, well, take out the M.
Stree.
Street. It was street.
Yes. Oh, yes. Steam.
Something like that.
Yeah. No. So
Bullshit.
So what happens with Warple though is that it gives you the silhouette of a player. So you get to see the silhouette of a player.
One player, one a day.
One AFL player, one a day.
Warple.
Warple.
Like it.
and there's a Legends version. So there's the version of all the current players, then there's the Legends version.
Of the retired delisted hacks.
Yeah, that's right. You'll never guess who the Legends player was a couple of days ago. Do you want to take a guess?
I feel like I know where this is going. I don't actually know, but I feel like you're leading me into something.
It was you.
Holy
You
shit.
were the Warple player.
Is that impressive? Some shocked
No,
gasps coming from the crowd.
Cat's passed out.
She's gone to sleep. Warple. I was a Warple legend.
It's one of those, like, when you
Didn't
see
someone write into the podcast and said that I was their first guest every time?
Yeah, and finally it's paid off.
Has it? I haven't heard from them.
Well, no, they sent us. Yeah, that's how I knew it was you. So then I guess I checked it was Max Gone, just like if it was Max Gone, just in case, because it does look the same, the silhouette.
He looks like me, yes.
Yes, but it wasn't. It was you.
Why would it be him? It's legend.
Legends. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to play. This is when I was still learning how to play.
Great.
What is that? But when you see it, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
For you, or are you just like whatever?
I don't know how big it is. There could be like 3 people playing it.
No, I think there's a fair few.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Okay. Whatever.
Oh, I mean,
No, no big deal.
There's a giant poster here that says Scully froths the fourth. I do have my premiership jumper hanging around somewhere with my premiership ring.
I think this is bigger than that.
Getting my picture on Warple. It's about third in that list. No, I was pretty pumped. That was very good.
Are you as pumped for the smoking marathon runner?
Now, yes, I am a little bit pumped about this.
Do you want to bring up his name?
Yes.
So this gentleman is running a marathon and he chain smoked cigarettes the entire time. So marathon's what, 42 Ks?
Yes.
How long do you think it would take you to run a 42K marathon?
Right
now in your
4
life.
hours.
Yep. Do you reckon, how long would it take you if you just had a cigarette in your mouth the entire time?
And you were smoking, not one cigarette though,
You would, yeah, as soon as you finish the one, you
just keep.
chuck the next one in.
So Chinese grandfather has run a marathon in under 3.5 hours.
That's good.
Despite chain smoking all the way. The 50-year-old, known as, this is good, Uncle Chen, ran the race in Jinei, China, recording what is thought to be his personal best. Chen, who apparently only smokes when he runs. That's ridiculous. Finished 574th in 3 hours, 28 minutes, 45 seconds out of nearly 1,500 runners. There are no rules prohibiting runners from smoking in marathons.
How imagine being the guy that's around him constantly smelling cigarette smoke.
Uncle Chen gets it. Uncle Chen gets every bit about it. I don't smoke unless I'm running marathons. What?
Love that.
Oh, what? Unhealthy? I'm running a marathon.
His lungs are working out. Speaking of smoking, do you see the link to a Camel with my segue? Camel cigarettes, like a big cigarette brand in America.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
Camels. So there's a psychic camel named Camilla, who's never been wrong about anything, apparently, who's guessing World Cup results. So let's go back to the World Cup.
Wasn't there an octopus?
There was an octopus as well?
It's now a camel.
Well, the octopus didn't transform into a camel. But
No. But as in the octopus was the one.
Yep. I don't know if the octopus has still got, if it's still alive. Damo, you've got your hand on the slider there.
For no reason.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Damon.
So Camilla...
Back to the action.
So Camilla has picked England to beat Iran, which...
$1.20 favourite to beat a 12-1 chance.
So to be honest, don't know how...
Did it pick Ecuador last night against Qatar?
I don't know, but all we know is that it's picked England.
Camilla, this is a quote from not sure who. Camilla is very strong-willed and always seems to know when it's food time, so we have absolute faith in her ability to predict World Cup results.
Yeah. So let's follow Camilla for throughout this World Cup and see how she goes.
Along with our 5 teams. Serbia, Japan, Australia, Poland and Wales. One of them will make the top 16 and we'll be bloody right around them when they do. Now, we were down getting lunch today. Ran into Peter Bloody Bowl.
Yeah,
we ran into Peter Bowl. He walked in. I was bloody disgusted. The place was full, packed to the rafters. Not one person recognised Peter Bowl. West Australian Sportsman of the Year. Was he Australian Sportsman of the Year? I don't know. He won some award not long ago. I was pretty... I was in front of you. I was having a look at the menu. I was pretty excited.
And then I heard your voice get all jittery. Yeah. You're all giddy. You're up and about. And I thought, who...
Starstruck is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, a bit starstruck. I turned back and, of course, it's Peter Bloody Bowl.
So Pete. No one's called him Pete in his life. Pete. And he had the cool like slap up
when he
dubber.
slapped up me, it was like the strongest crisp connection.
And
I've
I
ever
had like
in
the
my life.
white man like straight fisted like handshake.
Oh, you
like,
just went for the.
That's all I do, man. And he was.
Yeah.
I butchered every bit of it. I wanted to get a photo. I didn't. I like asked him like, how's it running going? Like it was just a shocking.
So you running fast these days?
Oh.
Who's the most famous person you've got a photo with?
Not many. That's the thing. I don't really get like photos with.
Why not? Tell your honest answer.
Honestly, it's a little bit like I don't really like doing it with people. So I was like, if I bumped into Peter Bowl in a fucking Guzman and Gomez, the last thing I would want from a random fucking person like Will Schofield would be like, oh man, like, anyway, how's the running going? Like, do you want to just grab a photo? Like, not really, man.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
Is there any regret though that you didn't?
I do, yeah. Yeah, regret. I would love to have a photo of Peter Bowl, like in my possession.
All right. Well,
did
next
you get
time.
It? Well, you better tell me you got one.
No, I didn't. But why don't you just ask me? Go, mate, just take a photo.
It's just, I just don't love it. Anyway, he said, look good to see BackChat going very well.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think we'll get him on again. I reckon.
Yeah,
there's no harm in that.
We did him via like Zencaster.
Very early.
Days.
Very early. If you haven't heard that and you love Peter Bowl, or even if you don't like Peter Bowl, it's still a very good episode.
Talking about guests on the show, probably our best chat coming up this week.
Yeah.
I've got some favourites, but I think this one's probably the one. Justin Langer. Do we probe him about him getting sacked as coach of the Australian cricket team? A little bit.
Yep.
But he's got some pretty incredible stories about his time as a player. Yes, his time as a coach and a winning coach, Ashes. He was at a mansion with Kerry Packer, and Kerry Packer was serving him up broadbands. Look, it's a good story.
Yeah, there's lots of good stories.
Justin Langer on the podcast this week. If you're listening to this, you don't know what to do with yourself this week. There's a week. There you go, Kat.
He hasn't really he had that like fiery press conference like a couple of weeks after he are we saying he resigned or he was fired? I mean,
well, they offered him a short-term contract and he basically said no.
He hasn't really spoken at length about it, and
I'll give you a quote.
Yeah,
as a little teaser.
Yeah. No, this is very good. This is just
a quote that I sent to a mate who likes the show, and he said, "You better have asked him about Pat Cummins."
Yep.
I said, "Don't worry, mate." This is a quote, direct quote from the interview.
Yep.
I spoke to Pat Cummins. He said to me about 5 times in a row, "This might be brutally honest." I said, "Pat, there is nothing brutal about your feedback. What is brutal is I'm hearing it behind my back through the media or through sources. No one's telling me. Tell me." That's to Pat Cummins, the current captain of the Australian cricket team, who's got to be honest, a little bit on the nose, given his stance on.
He also
solar and
JO also said this big thing about how he's being kind is being honest, being truthful with people, and that was what the JL that we got. There was no can't really talk about that. He was like, I'm just telling you the truth, telling you the stories. It was very good.
BackChat podcast, Dan Const, Will Schofield. It's time for this.
Oh, good. I haven't heard this before. Yeah, good.
You like that?
Last week I didn't have headphones in, so I didn't hear that.
Roving sport correspondent Sting, brought to you by Damon and Southern River Band, who we have been speaking to this week. Cal, the lead singer, believes he is a soccer aficionado. So, Dan, I'm here to tell you, Charlie will be sacked as the soccer expert for next week, and Cal's Cup calls will be happening on BackChat.
Great. Does Cal know the ages, though, of certain players? That's
my God. Fuck.
Very important.
Jesus Christ, Charlie. That's what you picked out. That age. Well, thank you very much. Now, roving sport correspondence. This isn't roaming BackChat. This is roving BackChat. This is where we ask the fans to give us a little bit of a snippet of sporting around the world.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
Yes, there is. So we're going to get a bit to get through. I've culled them down. So if you are one of our correspondents, don't be shocked if you've had some of your jokes culled out. I've made the decision. It wasn't funny. So that's why it's not in there.
Brutal. Justin Langer, very good.
Rob Dinsdale, you've got a request to be a certain correspondent. I can say it is wrestling. We will put that to Hamish next week when he's in the house. Saxon's written in. He's our NFL correspondent. Hello, Hamish and the rest. Well, Hamish isn't here, Saxon, so bad bloody luck. The Bills-Browns game this week had to be moved out of Buffalo due to the fact that they had a snowstorm of over 1 metre. Didn't stop the Bills from getting the job done in Detroit. So it snowed so much they had to move the game. They could not play, not physically. They could not move
Yes.
over a metre of snow.
Did you see the neighbours of one of the players they were like shoveling out snow of his driveway to help him get out?
To the game.
Yeah, because there was that much snow, the whole like suburb pitched in and got him
in a
out.
place like that. Jesus Christ. Will's Vikings, that's me, who were top of the table in the NFL, were absolutely smoked by the Cowboys. 40-3, a 37-point loss.
Huge.
Who do you go for?
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, my God.
Big Cowboys guy.
Who is your favourite player? Like
Dak Prescott.
second favourite player?
Tony Romo.
You piece of shit.
No, I do love Tony Romo. I do love Dak Prescott. I think also in this game,
Matter if you love Tony Romo. Yes.
the Cowboys kicked 2 like 60-yard field goals. as well.
Yeah, I
Huge.
mean, that's 6 points. Like, they're just putting up touchdowns all over the Vikings. Vikings very poor. Thank you very much, Saxon. Appreciate it. Nice and brief. That's what we're going to keep this one. Josiah Rowbottom. I really like your name. Our cornhole correspondent. The ACL, American Cornhole League. Yes, that is absolutely right. Championship kicks off on the 17th of February, so we'll get a long lead in here. This is in Johnsonville in the USA. That's got to be. Singles and doubles participants will attempt to sink the most bags and reach the ultimate level of athletic prowess as the cornhole champion of the world. Of course, they call it that. Matt Guy will look to defend his singles title along with doubles partnership Kyle Malone. Not Carl, Kyle Malone.
The mailman.
And Cody Johnson. Legal size bags are expected for the tournament. It's an exciting time for cornhole, so watch this space.
I've got an idea.
Yes.
Surely you and I can enter a cornhole tournament.
So
here
it's
in
a little
Perth.
bit like the lads that entered the Sudoku World Championships.
I don't know about that.
This is the guy that speaks on 6PR all the time.
Mick Collis.
Mick Collis.
Damn.
You're not saying
Comes in
this? So
clutch.
this is
No.
one of the great keynotes going around in Australia to this day. Booked out daily.
Okay.
They, exactly like this, doing a podcast, probably just shooting the shit at the pub, said, we want to compete for Australia. They found a sport they could, Sudoku, and they legit went to the World Championships, Sudoku World Championships. They held their own Australian titles. They were the only people to enter in it.
Oh, amazing.
It's incredible.
Is
Genuine.
Sudoku the one with the number in the grid?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And they were playing against pros, though, and these blokes were just...
They represented the country, though.
They made their own blazers. They had, it's an incredible story. Anyway.
Damo, go on. No, go on.
Cornhole.
Saying we should get Mick on BackChat.
We absolutely should do that. He's a very, very knowledgeable in rugby union, I believe.
All right. Look, I'm going to keep my eye out for a cornhole tournament.
No, you're going to have to make your own, mate. You're going to have to make your own. You're going to have to be the president of the... Not right now. We've got something to do. We're going to record the rest of BackChat. Okay. So, apparently, from the bench, Charlie says there are 10 places in the USA called Johnsonville. Thank you, Charlie. Yes, but how old are they, Charlie?
When were they founded?
Now, thank you, Charlie. Daniel Marsh, he's our rugby league expert.
Yeah, love my league.
Marshy, we skipped over your last couple of weeks. We apologise. But you are getting me to length in these, so I have culled it down. Rugby League World Cup for the men and women. Australia win them both in the men at Old Trafford, I might add, which is a very big soccer pitch, Man United's. They won 30-10 against the Samoans. Big scenes before the game, face-to-face, pretty much.
Love
Had a bit of a kiss out in the field before the game with the boys. And then the girls, they played New Zealand. So listen to this. This is barely a competition. So...
the Gillaroos.
Yeah, the Gillaroos. They're the Australian Women's World Cup side. They were 250 points plus in their 4 lead-up games to this game. So they're for and against. If they had a percentage, they'd scored 250 more points.
How is that possible?
More. Well, I'll tell you how. Because they win the final 54-4. So they were beating up sides 70-0. So they won in a 10-try performance, winning their 3rd World Cup. He's got inverted commas World Cup. It sounds like an absolute rort.
Right.
It sounds a little bit like Mick Collis and the boys heading down to the Sudokus, except the Australians are the pros. Okay. And they're playing against the rest of the world.
Yep.
Anyway, girls and the guys get it done. Congratulations. Now, the NRL, fair way off, just like the AFL, but did wanted to say there is our first NRL off-field incident. First of many.
Ooh,
some exciting stuff with serial offender Victor Radley.
Serial offender.
Allegedly giving Irish firebrand James Bentley a Liverpool kiss, a headbutt, when out on the cans post the Rugby League World Cup. Soft incident by Rugby League standards, and hope the lads can lift to provide some proper scandals going forward. We bloody love that.
Yeah, we
we bloody love that, Marshy. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to save these for another date, but we did request last week that Marshy send through rugby league teams and their equivalent AFL team.
Great.
And so he's got a list of 6 here, and they're bloody very good. I'll give you one.
Okay, yeah, give me one.
The Brisbane Broncos are the West Coast Eagles
Why?
of the NRL. Both clubs are elite on and off the field and piss excellence.
Wow.
They have the most members, best stadiums, and just excel in everything they do, except for 2022. Their on-field performance was shithouse. Rebuilding will be stronger in 2023.
Love that. All right, we'll do the rest with Hamish next week if he's around.
Leighton Goldsworthy, our golf reporter. You'll be disappointed Hamish isn't in here, and he does start off with first up sending good vibes to Hamish Brayshaw and his golf game. Going through the struggles myself right now, copped a pacing in the club championship on the weekend. We can get through it together, brother. Good. I feel like Hamish plays more games of golf and rounds of golf than he does host BackChat.
Yep.
Which wouldn't be fucking hard because he's hosted 2, been shit-house hammer. Anyway, now he does have an update. International tours are starting up, yada, yada, yada. Who cares? I'm not a massive golf fan if you can't tell.
Yeah. No.
Now, as a proud Thornley boy, though, this is from Leighton. So he's a Thornley lad, just like the Southern River Band boys. Loving the support of BackChat is given to our very own Southern River Band. Cal, the lead singer, mentioned on the first podcast that he was a round ball man, and I'm here to confirm his talents as we suited up for Gosnell City FC together back in under sevens. Now, there's a photo attached with this, a couple of the lads circled, with his old man Carlos being a master tactician on the sidelines. The Mighty Blues were a force even with these tremendous haircuts. Thank you, Mum. Thank you, Mum. That is until next week. Hit 'em straight from Lates. Now, Hugh Park, our horse racing expert, says on the weekend the newly introduced $1 million race, the Gong, was up at the first 3 marquee races. There's a bit of money in racing, just in case you didn't know. He does say, I want to apologise for the lack of grammar and misspelling of abundance in my application. The excitement and potentially a couple of nerves swallowed me up, a bit like when Dan must have panicked and grabbed the melon water and pea snaps instead of your old reliable Kit Kat Chunky and Dare Mocha, you bloody
Kit Kat
idiot.
Chunky. I am having this watermelon cruiser, by the way. Watermelon is a delicious flavoured beverage.
Watermelon sugar. Hey. And keep your eyes out for the Queensland horse Golden Boom, who is now 2-0.
Huge. Never lost.
Never lost, 100%. And he's won both his races in a dominant way. Very similar to how Winks and Black Caviar used to do it. Watch this space.
Okay.
Okay. A big man Hughes said that there's another Winks on the way, Golden Boom, after 2 races.
All right.
He's suggesting also, I reckon it's time you buy a horse. Maybe name it Filet Fish or even Adzi. Just something to dwell on.
Great. I don't know if that's in our budget.
It depends. Depends how bad the horse is.
Yeah, okay.
Ryan Robertson, our EPL expert. G'day, Robbo. How are you? Not much EPL happening at the moment, but firstly, I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be EPL correspondent. Thank you very much, Ryan. Got some inside word on the Cristiano Ronaldo situation at Manchester United.
Spicy.
From the head coach. Sorry, from the head of security. Now, not the head coach. No, not Jose, even though he doesn't get
Jose Mourinho.
Yeah. Now, if you remember from last week, Ryan Robertson knows the head of security at Manchester, and that's why he's got the position EPL correspondent. So I haven't read the rest of this, so here we go. He's told me that Ronaldo is wanting to move to China, like some previous players have for some big money deals. Oscar, Witzel, to name a few. Don't know who they are. It's all but confirmed he will be joining the Beijing Space Flyers to help kickstart their franchise as they are joining the Chinese Super League next season. We'll keep you posted for any other news, but with the World Cup on, you won't hear much from me for the next few weeks. So you've heard it here first, I believe.
The time where we
Charlie,
really
can you
need
confirm that?
the time where we really need Robbo to like step up, and he's like, I'm not gonna. You won't hear from me while I'm watching the World Cup.
Do you want to reassess that statement? Dan doesn't know the difference between the EPL and the World Cup. The EPL is a league. Do you understand?
right.
Do you understand how you're wrong?
Yeah, I understand. I also don't
Apologise.
No, I'm not apologising.
Hey.
No. I apologise if you're offended
look
at
at me. Apologise to Ryan. He's correct.
Robbo.
You're wrong.
I also don't know why Cristiano Ronaldo would do anything for money's sake these days. Like,
so he was on with Piers Morgan, just absolutely ragdolling the Manchester United.
Yeah.
Like, not only their team, but his teammates, former teammates,
just
telling
go
everyone how just
hang
go
out
play.
on your yacht.
Just shut up and go and play.
Or don't play.
I agree. Stop sooking it up, Cristiano. Seriously, pissing me off. Elliot Friedman. I'm going to be honest.
One of our faves.
No, he's my favourite.
Okay.
NHL correspondent. And I give him the full light of day because he writes some quality content through. So NHL, I know nothing about it, but because of Elliot's information each week, I'm learning about it and I'm getting a bit excited about it.
Yep.
One team I didn't think I'd be writing about this year is the New Jersey Devils. I didn't either, Elliot.
The Devils.
Don't even know who they are. After a disappointing year again last year, the heat was on head coach Lindy Ruff.
Lindy.
Is it because of his name? Who'll know? They started off the season with a bad loss on the road, one loss. Then came back for their home opener. As the arena announcer was introducing the players and coaching staff, the home crowd greeted Lindy Ruff with a loud chorus of boos. He was odds-on favourite to be the first coach fired this season. Since then, the Devils have gone on to win 13 of the next 14 games, including a current 10-game winning streak. The fans, predictably, are up and about. At a home game against the Arizona Coyotes last week, what's up, the Coyotes? The fans began chanting, "Sorry, Lindy.
I love that.
Sorry, Lindy." New Jersey have passionate fans and exciting to see the young team on the rise. One of their young superstars, Jack Hughes, the first overall pick of the 2019 draft, summed it up best when asked by a reporter, what can the Devils do to gain more consistency over 60 minutes? His response, we're on a 9-game heater. I'd say we're doing okay. Keep up the good work, boys. Elliot. P.S. If you're going to pick a team, it's got to be the Edmonton Oilers. I'll tell you why next week.
Little teaser.
Elliot. He just bloody gets it.
Yeah.
He just gets it.
Also, I also like the Devils because of David Putty. Gotta support the team. He paints his face. You know what I'm talking about?
No. I was so bad with that.
Damon knows what I'm talking
Damo
about.
knows.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Damo? Now it's time for this.
You send it, we read it.
I love that you clicked the right button. I was hoping you clicked Hamish Content Hammer Times little sting because I was just going to say, not time for this. He's not here. But he said the right one. You send it, we read it. Brought to you by Leadable Cameras. This is the crew down on Oxford Street. Alex was down there getting stuff printed off this week. She's getting photos.
Great idea
done.
for Christmas.
Photos, invites, cards, you name it, they do it.
Yep.
You send it, we read it. You name it, they do it. You tell them Scully sent you, tell them BackChat sent you, they give you a $20 off. I still haven't heard anyone do that. So go and do it. Go down there, Leadable, Oxford Street, Lydio, Leadable Cameras. Get what you need.
Yep.
Go on.
Matthew Symes.
Get into it.
Subject, skipped FoxTel advertisements.
Ooh.
Good day, BackChat gentlemen. I have a tip to skip the advertisements in live FoxTel AFL recordings. It only works on live recordings. I know I'm not the only listener here who has stored recordings of live games they enjoyed and keep the recording. Very good. There are 3 breaks in an AFL match that add up to 32 minutes in total. The break after the first quarter goes for 6 minutes, and the halftime break goes for 20 minutes, and the third quarter break goes for 6 minutes. These exact times can be used to instantly skip the advertisement breaks.
I never knew that were the times, even though I played for that long. If you had have asked me before this email, said, what are the breaks in between? Could not have told you. Would have been longer than 6 minutes.
How long do you think halftime would have felt for you while you're playing?
Less than 20, and the quarter time breaks more than 6.
Okay, there you go. So, once the recording reaches the end of the first quarter, I press the red button that brings up the Jump To menu. I then scroll down to the specific time option, and if the first quarter finishes after minute 36, I add 6 to that and input 42 as the minute to Jump To. This will instantly jump the recording to the start of the second quarter. There's no need to fast forward the advertisements.
Incredible instructional writing.
This is very good. For the halftime break, the recording could have reached 1 hour and 7.
Love
this
the
means
examples.
1 hour and 7 minutes have elapsed.
Yes, it does.
The Jump To feature works in minutes, so 1 hour 7 would be 67 minutes. I add 20 to that to get 87 minutes, and instantly jumps to the start of the third quarter. A similar process used for the third quarter break.
Damo, don't laugh, mate. If you don't get the minutes written down like our man from the Matty Symes has written down, you just won't know. So the absolute clarity to this email, Justin Langer would be fucking proud of this.
Yeah,
clarity.
he would be. He
Tell you
absolutely
what.
would be.
That's all he wanted, clarity.
So it is satisfying to instantly remove the advertisements. The AFLW games have 15-minute halftime, and the other 2 breaks are 6 minutes each. So I use this technique with those games as well. Hope I helped Matthew, the American staffy owner from Fremantle.
Matthew, really good.
Person of the people.
Really good. Really good.
Very good.
Really good. Clint, Letizia.
You send it, we read it. Hello, BackChat crew, Scully, Dan, and the recent fresh voice Hammer that drowns out Dan's monotone voice. Well, he's not here today to drown me out. I'm writing on behalf of my Wednesday night C grade social basketball team, the Frothies. Frothies with an FF. I have been listening a lot lately to you fellas and noticed the other week you let slip that you're looking to sponsor a team with the help from Shelter Brewery and was thinking with a team name like the Frothies. I can't handle it's not Frothies, it's with an F.
I can hear that in the way you're pronouncing it, yeah.
What better group of fellas for you at BackChat and Shelter to get behind? Now, before you go gun-ho and just launch cartons of delicious tins at us, a bit of background on the team.
Okay.
We are back-to-back Wednesday night champs, and with the new summer season having just begun, we are on the campaign for a three-peat of glory, and my trophy mantle at home would just look better with a third championship print mug with the words Wednesday Night Champions C Grade Herb Graham Recreation Centre. Good centre down there, actually.
South of the river?
No, Herb Graham is like Inglewood-ish, Mount Lawley ECU, near that area.
Okay.
Hopefully you agree the Frothies could be a great squad to get behind, as there is no better feeling than car park beers on the tailgate after Mirabooka, apparently,
Thank you, Charlie.
feeling than car park beers on the tailgate after a good win. And if the tins were from Shelter and BackChat with your logo on our singlets, I think that it would just be what we need to push us towards the promised land of the Holy Three-Peat Championship. Warm regards, Freddie Clintoff and the Frothies.
Freddie Clintoff.
Sounds like Freddie Flintoff.
I think that's the joke.
Right.
Look, I'm about it. I'm about it. I mean, your cruiser in your hand today is probably not about it.
Well, it's just what was in the fridge and they were cold.
Yeah. No, I rate that, Clint. I will take it under consideration. You happy with that?
I'm happy to consider the Frothies. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I was thinking while you were reading that. Happy birthday for Sunday, buddy.
That's true. It was my birthday, just gone.
How old did you turn? What did you guys get him? Did you get him something, Kat? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually did.
Kat came in clutch
Actually
with
done
some
in person.
Stroop waffles that I've put on the counters there. Delicious little.
So Kat
European
legitimately got you a present.
treat. Yeah.
Damo, any presents from you, mate?
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming, yep.
Charlie?
It's on
Charlie?
lay-by.
Yeah. How old are you? Maybe Charlie can provide us that in the run sheet.
Put it in some brackets for me, mate.
Okay. I do have a present upstairs. I keep forgetting it's up there.
Great.
I don't know if we've got something for this, but it's time for this. Hit a button, Damo. Any button. Anyone. Just pick one. Yes. Really good. Oh, it was short. Hi, fines. That's right, fines, where we raise money for charity via a fine session that I like to call fines. It's fines is in session, BackChat with the gavel from By Smith Designs, where we are raising fines money for charities. Soccer to Sarcoma, Sabre, who are in need of some money
Desperate
before
need, yep.
Christmas, and Men's Talk. So Men's Talk are doing a big event this weekend. So I believe we'll be giving some money to them this weekend, the
Great.
27th of November. Sabre's in desperate need. I believe we'll be giving some money to them within the next week. And Soccer to Sarcoma is also into some need. So I think we're going to do that sometime in the next week.
Great. Before we get all this done before Christmas.
Yes, and we need to get down and donate blood because we didn't do it last week because we had something Friday. This week, plasma donation. Kat, you could be being recruited to Team Jace Nelson. Long live Team Jace Nelson.
Just nod.
Blood donations. She hasn't been here for 9 weeks. We'll see you there. Thanks, Kat. Now, let's get into it. Our favourite, Jack Mehoff writes a...
Excuse me?
Jack Mehoff writes in $2 fine every member of the BackChat community who voted for Dan and Hammer.
Yuck.
Did we do this last week? $2 for everyone who voted for Dan and Hammer in the survey challenge. Scully objectively correct. Yes, we did. Believe so. I hope this has been updated. Alfred Morrows, all three of you, $3. Hi, boys. Remember me? This was last week. We read this last week. Read this last week. I read this last week.
I don't remember you reading this.
I read this last week. During episode 78 discussion of AFL Magic Round being held over, all three... Okay, sorry.
Yeah, this is episode 79.
Thank you. All three of you constantly refer to games being played at Amy Park as well as Adelaide Oval. Firstly, there is no such thing as Amy Park in Adelaide. Rather, this is the name of the soccer NRL Oval in Melbourne.
Oh.
The ground you're referring to in Adelaide should be called either Amy Stadium or Footy Park. but not a disgusting merger of the two. Furthermore, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the grandstands at this former stadium were demolished about 5 years ago to make way for housing development. Well, no, I haven't noticed because I don't go to shithole that Adelaide is, Alfred. Fining you, all of you, for poorly speculating in regards to this. Fair enough, Alfred. Take it on. $3. $13.50 from Alfred again. Fines his mum. $13.50. I've recently been made redundant from my job. Busy times. Okay. And sorry, Alfred. And started working for my parents. I made one request when I started for mum to buy some instant coffee for the work kitchen. It's been 2 weeks and no instant coffee. So finding my annoying mum $13.50, the cost of a 200 gram Moccona freeze-dried instant classic medium roast.
I'm coming in the defense of your mum.
Okay.
That stuff is trash. She's doing you a favour not buying it.
Would you like to fine him the $13.50 then?
Yes.
Okay. Consider that taken on board. CD's Nuts. This is from CD's Nuts. Title maker for YouTube.
Okay.
That be you, Daniel?
Who knows? Depends. Not sure what
78 cents is on your way. On episode 78 on YouTube, this thumbnail has an arrow pointing to Hamish saying, "The prodigal son returns," and the episode is titled Episode 78, The Return. BackChat Sports Show, Will Schofield, Dan Const, and the Southern River Band. The return is obviously about Hamish returning back onto the podcast, but you couldn't even get his name correct in the title. 78 cents for the episode number. Fair?
Yeah, I'm changing it right now.
No, I've already changed it. It's okay. Dean B fines Will and Dan $5 after listening to the Southern River Band boys last week and almost wetting myself laughing. The fine is waiting so long to get them back on the podcast. The fine is $5 because it was only a last-minute request to the boys. Poor form.
Okay.
I'll take that on board, Dane. Can confirm Cal's coming on.
Yes, he is.
World Cup challenge from Cal. I can't do the C's. I don't know what else we got. Anyway.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Dean's coming up with another fine, $5 for Will, following a rap over the knuckles from Nicole Livingston about lack of coverage regarding AFLW. Last week on the Shelter Sportscast, you stated there isn't anything happening in AFL at the moment, whilst we're in the middle of an AFLW final series. Lesson not learnt, mate. Thank you, Dean.
The AFL is different to the AFLW.
Thank you, Dan. Matthew Staffy Man, Mr. Schofield, $5 for regularly getting the terms Patreon and patron mixed up. Taking your fucking time, haven't you, old Matthew Staffy Man?
Yes, we do.
Stuffing this up for 78 episodes, big fella. You are smarter and more articulate than that. Patreon is the organisation. A patron is the name of a person donating money to you. I suggest using Patreon with the E representing everyone as a
mnemonic.
That's not how they spell it. No single person can become an Patreon, i.e. become an everyone. It makes no sense. They can become a patron though. And yes, I own American Staffies, hence my made-up last name. I used to foster Staffies for Sabre. Okay.
Very good.
You bloody saved it there at the end, Matty, because you were making no sense to me. Mike Hunt fines Sam Butler. Gotcha. In the middle of your cruiser. Sam Butler, $2 for looking like Brody Mychek. That is all. That's outstanding.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely outstanding, Mike. Pippa Potaramus fines W. Schofield 50 cents. Will's pronunciation of pronunciation. Get it right.
Some people like pronunciation.
Right.
What do you say?
Pronunciation?
Damon?
Pronunciation.
Pronounce?
I think people say
Cat?
like,
Pronounce, yeah.
Well,
Katsuna.
Did I just hear you say pronunciation?
Excuse me? What did she just say?
Pronunciation.
Excuse me? What did she just say?
She's
Pronunciation.
You say pronunciation?
Yeah,
Yes.
pronunciation.
Charlie? Yeah, I say pronunciation too.
Of course you both do, Jen. You know who I'm signing with? Kat and Damo.
I've got a university degree.
You said pronunciation the first time. Oh, la-di-da.
An arts degree.
Media. Yay. We're all in the media department, aren't we?
Yeah, that's
Apart
true.
from Scully. Okay. Also, I'll give you credit to you guys for keeping the podcast going non-stop since 2.0 began. I have listened to most of them. Thanks for your hard work making so much content. Enjoy your well-deserved break. Pippa.
Should we just quickly talk about that?
Yeah, it's a very good point, Pippa. You go.
Okay, so we
might have to change what you're about to say, but just go for it.
Yeah, so it's the 22nd of November when you're listening to this. We're going to have episodes going all the way up until about the 14th of December, 15th of December.
Yep.
So the last 2 weeks of December and the first 2 weeks of January will be a break for us, but we will still have content coming out.
I could be not more excited, but I'm pretty excited about the content that we've made over those 4 weeks.
So we've had, like that gentleman said, we've gone non-stop since 2.0 began.
Which was, 79 episodes ago.
Plus we've,
so that's 79
there's
weeks.
probably 25 BackChat interviews. So there's more than 100 episodes we've done.
Absolutely.
So we're doing some best ofs. Some best of sports moments, some 2018 stuff. So there's going to be episodes still coming out.
I'm happy to say I don't listen to the podcast. I don't listen back to myself speaking. That would be weird a little bit, I think. Yeah. I will listen to the highlights. 100%.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we're still going to have stuff going on, but we're going to be taking a little bit of a break.
But we're not breaking yet. Not before the World Cup's over and our 5 teams are absolutely dominating, and I'm not going to scroll up to the top because I won't get back here in time. Callum Edinger finds Jono Oborn. I really enjoy the really random ones. $2 for Jono. I'm calling out and finding Jono $2 for being a pleb and not legitimately advertising his business. The audacity to plug his business, I will not contradict this fine by listing his business name. Last week on BackChats and missed a You Send It, We Read It post is lower than the Eagles' ladder position this year. I have been informed that this isn't the first time Jono has hijacked a podcast for some potential clientele. Have you ever heard of the Yellow Pages, Jono? Cheers, fellas. Keep up the good work. No one's using the Yellow Pages, surely.
They're getting thinner and thinner.
Do you have some at home? Do you have some at home? Do you have?
No. But at my old job, they used to get sometimes delivered, and I swear they're about a magazine thickness now.
We all know you used to work at the ABC. You don't have to say like my old job. Scott,
I'm not allowed to talk about them.
Scott Corbett,
they're dead to me.
Who gets the fine? Whoever runs the Insta account and orders the merch. Okay, $3. Asked when the backswim premiership shirt will be in stock and was told more stock will be in order in a few weeks. That was 3 months ago. $1 for every month I've been waiting. Fair enough, Scott. Absolutely fair enough. I'm a bit livid about it as well, Scotty.
Yep.
Someone who's responsible isn't here. I just will say that. There's a little asterisk. Duncan McCockino. I'm sorry, Kat. $2. Fine for Scully if he falls for the fake name. Fine for me if I'm not creative enough and he catches on.
It's actually pretty good.
Well done, Duncan. Finney loves Gibbons.
Sure.
Dan, $10. Big fine. I mean, the fines are creeping up a little bit, guys. This is the last one, but I will say, just remember you're not paying. We are. So just don't get too silly with it. $10 fine for Dan for every time he's referred to Chewett Hill Cricket Club as an elite club in Perth.
Yes, it's true.
In my experience visiting Chewett Hill in the early 2000s is the half the team rocking up on the back of a ute or school bus. It was reminiscent of the Beverly Hillbillies. The bowling attack offered more pies than the $20 servo challenge, and I swear there was maybe 3 bats the whole team shared. That's a great find.
I do remember putting on a pair of pads after the person had just gotten out and they're sweaty.
Fines is done, all done and dusted. It's 8:45. You've got to get this episode up and done before 9 o'clock because the English team is playing Iran. I'm going to see if anyone's down at the pub, down at the paddo. We'll be down there. Come down if you can. You're not going to. It's going to be too late. We won't be there. BackChat _. hello@backchatpodcast.com.au if you want to send us something and we will read it. No worries about that. Patreon.
No durries as well.
Our patrons out on Patreon. We've got more coming for you.
So much.
That's all I can say. Thanks to Whippersnapper. Thanks to Margaret River Roasting. Thanks to Bluebet. Thanks to Shelter Brewing Co. Thanks to Leadable Cameras. BackChatPodcast.com.au.
See you next time.
Bye.